This was the dramatic moment when US Special Forces added to the mounting pressure on the regime in Caracas, seizing a tanker with 1 million barrels of Venezuelan oil. To the White House, this is just the start of a crackdown on the shadowy fleet of vessels that defy sanctions and smuggle crude oil around the globe. The video of the raid has been reposted on official US government social media platforms, with the assault being branded as a knockout and bizarrely set to rap music. Amid suspicions about US intentions, the question of what happens to the oil quickly came to the fore.
The vessel will go to a US port, and the United States does intend to seize the oil. However, there is a legal process for the seizure of that oil, and that legal process will be followed.
Reacting on a Venezuelan TV show overnight, the Interior Minister described the US action as international piracy and brazen theft. It is unclear whether toppling President Maduro by force is the ultimate aim. But tonight the US Treasury is adding sanctions to 3 of his nephews and to 6 new oil companies. And while he expresses defiance of the US, the opposition leader Maria Corina Machado has praised Trump's aggressive policy towards the regime. She was in Oslo last night after winning the Nobel Peace Prize, insisting Trump is right to combat the smuggling.
This has turned Venezuela into the criminal hub of the Americas. And what sustained the regime is a very powerful and funded, strongly funded repression system. Where does that funds come from? Well, from drug trafficking, from the black market of oil, from arms trafficking, for human trafficking.
In a parallel operation in both the Caribbean and the Pacific, US military strikes have targeted boats that the administration insists are carrying drugs. But little evidence has been supplied beyond these carefully curated videos. And all the time, the military build-up off the coast of Venezuela is continuing, including these amphibious exercises in recent weeks in Puerto Rico. The US action is consistent with Trump's newly published national security strategy, which at its heart is about dominance of the Americas. But here on Capitol Hill, Democrats are warning that such hubris can lead to disaster.
It will be a quicksand for our military if this escalation continues.
And if this is about regime change, that has never really worked well for us, whether it's South Vietnam or Cuba or Iraq or Afghanistan.
Tonight it remains an open question whether this is indeed early-stage regime change, or just another signal of American military prowess. Robert Moore, News at 10, Washington.